I think we've earned a beautiful day like today. Happy Friday, everybody. We're going to see a chance for rain and storms back in the forecast. I'll have that all-important Cardinals home opener forecast here in just a minute.
But quite the change from yesterday, Megan. We were tracking storm damage all across the metro area, including over a dozen buildings damaged near the Spirit of St. Louis Airport. And tornadoes ripping through northern Illinois last night, killing one and injuring many more. Today, crews are out trying to find if anyone else is still trapped. And two burglary suspects shoot an innocent man and lead police on a two-county chase. The end of the ordeal all caught on camera. News 4 at noon starts right now.
Live from KMOV, this is News 4 at noon.
Good afternoon and a very happy Friday to all of you. I'm Laura Hettiger in for Emily Rao. News 4 continues tracking the cleanup progress across the bi-state area. A massive tornado touches down in northern Illinois, killing one person and leaving a trail of destruction behind. We'll have more on that in a couple of minutes. But first, let's begin with storm damage in our area. Now, this is a bird's eye view of what it looks like in Chesterfield. Sky Zoom 4 was above the Spirit of St. Louis Boulevard this morning. Cleanup crews are surveying the 20 businesses the storm damaged. The Monarch Fire Chief tells me at least 3 businesses will be condemned. I caught up with one business owner who describes what that storm was like.
The most rain and the most wind I've ever seen. I've seen some big thunderstorms and seen some, strong winds. I didn't think a whole lot of it, and then all of a sudden I kind of heard the roof start rattling and vibrating, and I'm like, this is different than what we normally experience in a thunderstorm.
Thank goodness the storm hit around 7 last night instead of during normal business hours when many more people would have been in the area. Luckily, no one was injured. In the Metro East now, News 4's Matt Cesney was traveling on Interstate 55 last night when he saw the storm push into Illinois. Check out this incredible shot. You can see the storm crossing the interstate near Litchfield. This was a possibility of some rotation inside all that rain. That's why our crew stayed at a safe distance. And after 3 days of severe weather in our area, many of you want to know what else we can expect. Megan Danahay is in the Weather Center. Megan, please tell us the weekend is going to be better than the week.
At least the first half of the weekend looks pretty good. I have a few more viewer pictures to show you here in just a few minutes.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Megan. The News 4 is staying on top of the developing situation out of northern Illinois. Emergency crews are now searching homes for people who might still be trapped. All the rubble you are seeing was left by yesterday's line of powerful tornadoes. We know at least one person was killed and 11 others injured. Adriana Diaz is in Fairdale, Illinois with the latest.
Residents are getting their first daylight look at the
Because of that severe weather, Governor Bruce Rauner activated the state's Incident Response Center. He was also due to make a stop in St. Clair County today. He was going to talk about the economy, but that trip was canceled because of the storm damage you just saw. Right now, those in the governor's office are not saying if or when that trip will be rescheduled. And by the way, due to yesterday's extensive storm mode coverage, News 4 had to cut into some of our regularly scheduled programming. So we wanted to let you know the Big Bang Theory will air Saturday morning at 1:22, and the Odd Couple will air right after that at 1:52. Meanwhile, here in Missouri, a measure is headed to Governor Jay Nixon's desk that could ease the burden of paying delinquent taxes. If it's passed, people who have overdue taxes could pay them back without paying penalties or interest. Qualified payments would need to be made between September 1st and November 30th. And staying on the Missouri side, only one local city remains the focus of a lawsuit filed by the Attorney General. The lawsuit centers around the amount of revenue cities generate from traffic fines. Chris Koster asked city officials to turn over data on how much they are fining people. Moline Acres and Normandy are the latest cities to submit the data. Only Hillsdale in North St. Louis County remains in the suit. And major changes are coming to municipal courts around St. Louis County. Most will now charge the same amount for fees. That means almost all moving violations will cost drivers $70.50 plus court cost. It'll be $50.50 for non-moving violations. The changes come after months of scrutiny and the Department of Justice report regarding Ferguson courts.
But you can see there's a wide variety of what people have to pay for routine violations. These are not axe murders. These are speeding tickets.
Brentwood and Wellston are not among the 80 other cities adopting this new plan, but both have expressed interest in joining. The changes will happen sometime in the next 3 months. News 4 tracking crime out of Pine Lawn. Police at the scene of a shooting in the 6300 block of Dardanella. You can see St. Louis County crime scene investigators there overnight, but police will only confirm there was a shooting. As soon as we do have more information, we will let you know. And city police are looking for the person who opened fire just south of downtown overnight. The shooting happened near 14th and Park. You can see a black car in this video just riddled with bullet holes. 2 men were shot. Both are now listed in stable condition.
Holy!
And a high-speed chase ends with a violent crash in South St. Louis County. Police say it all started when people inside a red car robbed a Jefferson County home, but were caught by the homeowners. That is when the robbers allegedly opened fire, even shooting at police, but it was a neighbor who paid the price.
Totally random. The guy standing in his driveway, they pull up in the driveway next to him, and it made some kind of a comment. I'm not exactly sure what that was yet, and just reaches out and shoots him.
I didn't know they were involved in a shooting till after, but yeah, that was really scary. I was shaking and everything.
That witness shot this video with his phone. As for the innocent bystander, we are told he was shot in the shoulder and taken to the hospital. 2 people are in custody. No word on what charges they will face. And a new report is raising concerns about airport security. We will explain the staggering number of breaches coming up. Plus, Walgreens set to close a couple hundred stores right here in the United States. Why store officials say they need to cut costs. News 4 at noon. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 4, watching out for you.
A heads up to any of you who shop at Walgreens. We've learned nearly 200 stores here in the United States will close. It's all part of a cost-cutting move. The company is trying to slash $1.5 billion in cost. It comes as Walgreens tries to integrate 2 recently acquired chains. In the big picture, the 200 stores really aren't that much, only about 2% of its total U.S. locations. Walgreens is planning on opening new stores in new locations. No word on whether any stores here in our area will close. We are also learning AT&T will have to pay up for a series of data breaches. First, the FCC slapped the company with a $25 million fine. That is the largest ever handed down by the commission. AT&T will also offer free credit monitoring to customers affected. The breaches took place at call centers in Mexico, Colombia, and the Philippines. Investigators say employees stole thousands of customers' personal information. And a new report is raising major security concerns at U.S. airports. According to the Associated Press, there have been nearly 300 security breaches since 2004. Incidents include fence jumpers, drunk drivers crashing through barriers, and mentally ill intruders trying to hop on flights. Despite the breaches, airport officials say they remain rare and none of them were related to terrorism. Well, final preps are being made and the countdown is on for the Cardinals home opener. Coming up, find out which Cardinal legend has been chosen to throw out the first pitch on Monday afternoon. Plus, a dire warning out of California, the state already dealing with a drought and major restrictions on water usage. What the governor says Californians now need to prepare for is coming up next. But first, let's take a look at the fun fact. Opening day at Busch just 3 days away. So do you know how many hot dogs the stadium goes through every baseball season? That answer coming up a little later, only on News 4 at noon.
You're watching News 4, watching out for you.
Welcome back. California's governor says trouble could be ahead this summer due to the state's historic drought. Governor Jerry Brown says the dry conditions will lead to a summer of forest fires and potential water shortages. Just a week ago, Governor Brown called for mandatory water restrictions. Right now, more than 44% of California is at the highest drought level. And a healthcare worker infected with Ebola is on his way home today. The man was discharged from a Maryland hospital yesterday. Officials say he was volunteering in Sierra Leone when he was infected. The man's name will not be released, but we do know he was the 11th Ebola patient to be treated in the United States. And take a look at this. That is a large chunk of a boat spotted yesterday off the coast of Oregon. Now, the debris is believed to be part of a larger vessel, one that was actually damaged during the earthquake and tsunami that struck Japan in 2011. A team of agencies is now working to retrieve the debris in the next 24 hours before it reaches land. Now let's go ahead and take a live look from the Brown Realtors Eye on St. Louis camera. You are looking live down Market Street, and if you can, pay attention to the bottom right part of your screen. That is Keener Plaza. The fountain has red water in it. I wonder why. I bet it has something to do with what's happening on Monday.
Wow, it is a gorgeous Friday in April after a rough weather week. We're going to enjoy a break into the weekend, but I'm tracking showers and storms into Monday. I'll have your Cardinals home opener forecast next. If we can keep that front south, then we can have a dry game.
We're hoping for it because so many people are looking forward to that day.
Oh, it's an unofficial holiday around here.
It is,
right?
and it'll be your first home opener here, right?
It will, yeah.
Ooh, well, you will love it.
I'm pretty excited. Now I just need to hold off that rain.
I agree. A lot of people will be after you if not.
No.
Okay, now due to yesterday's storms, we do want to pass along a programming note to all of you. News 4 had to cut into some of our regularly scheduled programming. So if you missed The Big Bang Theory, it will air tomorrow morning at 1:22. Then The Odd Couple will air right after that, coming up at 1:52. Now, Megan and I will be right back with the answer to the fun fact. Here it is. How many hot dogs does Busch Stadium go through every baseball season? The answer is next, only on News 4 at noon.
That's good.
News 4, watching out for you.
The Cardinals home opener is only 3 days away. So excited about it. And we are getting a preview of some of the opening day festivities.
Oh, yeah. I love this view behind us.
Yeah, it looks good.
Cardinals legend Willie McGee will throw out the ceremonial first pitch, tossing to Ozzie Smith. And, of course, all of the Cardinals legends will also be on hand, including Lou Brock and Whitey Herzog. The pregame ceremony will also feature a moment of silence for Oscar Taveras and longtime St. Louis columnist Brian Burwell.
And if you don't have any plans on Monday, don't forget to join News 4 for the home opener. We are hosting a party just outside the park, so from 10 o'clock until 2, your favorites from the News 4 team will be at the Tums lot outside Busch Stadium. We'll also be bringing you live newscasts, live music, and a whole lot of fun. How about that? Again, that is Monday from 10 o'clock in the morning until 2. And speaking of Cardinals, time now to answer the fun fact.
This is a good one. I really have a hard time even putting a number on this, but how many hot dogs does Busch Stadium go through each baseball season?
Here it is. It is 540,000.
Which you think is low?
I think is low. I'm pretty sure there were 3.5 million people who saw a game at Busch last year. I have to have a hot dog when I go.
Yeah, it's pretty much a staple.
It is. Thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy your Friday afternoon.